Good morning. It's so great to be back in person for our recognition ceremony and our college commitments this weekend. It's great to see you all back. I know our graduates are excited to celebrate at this time with their family and friends. My name is Don Michaels. As the director of the University Honors Program, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2021 Honors Graduate Recognition Ceremony, which marks the 64th year of the Honors Program. Today's ceremony is a time for us to celebrate and take pride in the accomplishments of this extraordinary graduating class. At this time, I want to introduce the members of the Platform Party, the Faculty Honors Council, and the honors faculty. I will ask each person to stand when I call their name, remain standing, and please hold your applause until all have been recognized. First of all, the Platform Party to my left. Dr. Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs. Emily Morgan, Assistant Director, University Honors Program. Mindy Simonson, guest speaker, and Thane Dykeson, student speaker. Thank you very much. The Honors Faculty Council serves as the advisory board for the Honors Program. It consists of representatives from the 8 colleges and from the university libraries. I will ask each person to stand who is here, and please hold your applause until they have been recognized. The members are Ben Clegg, Stuart Cottrell, Kevin Foskin, Jennifer Kravchik, Margarita Link, Carmen Manoni, Carolyn Meyer, Jane Stewart, and Rob Sika. Thank you. So Margarita, would you stand, please? Because I do want to recognize Dr. Margarita Link. Margarita is professor of accounting in the College of Business and is retiring at the end of this month. So I know she knows several of our graduates. Margarita has been a staunch supporter of the program and especially to our students. Her dedicated service has strengthened the program and has contributed to its growth and its stature. My sincere thanks, Margarita. The heart and soul of the Honors Program are the faculty who teach the seminars in the Honors curriculum. Would all the Honors faculty please stand? Who are here today? Let us recognize these talented and dedicated educators. Thank you. I want to give special recognition to Dr. Chuck Elkins. Chuck passed away just 1 week ago from today. It's with great sadness that we've lost someone who contributed so much to our program. Chuck taught in the Honors Program for 13 years. Before coming to CSU in 2006, Chuck was an administrator, serving at one time as Associate Provost and Professor of English at Florida International University. Chuck and his wife, Mary, both retired from FIU and moved to Fort Collins to be closer to family. They found retirement a little bit too quiet, and so they quickly sought out us about teaching in our program. So they started teaching in the Honors Program probably around 2006, as I said. Chuck retired in 2019, but Mary continues to teach her seminars. I personally will recognize and remember Chuck's gentle humor and sage advice from his many years in university administration. All of us in the Honors Program are deeply saddened by Chuck's death, and we offer Mary and her family our sincere condolences. So, I do want to recognize one other group, and that is our Thesis Advisors. All honors students complete a senior honors thesis. The student works closely with a faculty advisor, usually over a period of 2 semesters and often longer. Our students would agree that their success is due largely to the dedication of faculty in mentoring our students. Would all the honors thesis advisors here today please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I must say, it's really quite remarkable that our faculty support our students in this way. Every year, we have approximately 400 honors theses that are completed. That's 400 thesis advisors. That's a remarkable number, and we wouldn't be able to have this opportunity for our students without the support of our faculty. So thank you very much. Okay. It is a distinct honor to introduce our guest speaker, Mindy Simonson. Mindy is an alumna of the University Honors Program, graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree in Biological Science in 2002. Graduates, how old were you in 2002? Oh dear. Okay. I don't think you were thinking about college at that point. After graduation, Mindy spent 2 years working as a science and health teacher in Cameroon with the Peace Corps, and then earned a Master of Science degree in genetic counseling from the Bloomberg School of Public Health at Johns Hopkins University and the National Human Genome Research Institute in 2009. She spent 11 years in various roles at the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, where she was active in clinical genetic counseling, research, and education. She recently joined the faculty at the University of Colorado Anschutz campus, where she sees patients in the hereditary cancer clinics at UC Health. Please welcome Mindy to the podium.
Thank you for that. It's a real honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Congratulations to y'all. This has been quite a thing. I picked up the y'alls in Arkansas. If you've noticed, I was there for like 11 years, but it is a very good, like, gender-neutral hello, everyone. When Dr. Michaels asked me to do this, which, by the way, this is my honors senior thesis advisor, I asked him what he wanted me to talk about, and he said, to say something about what I learned in the honors program and how that's helped me in my life since then. It sometimes feels like I just graduated from CSU, but it is 19 years since I was in your seat myself. And so I tried to think a little bit about what the honors program meant to me and what I've carried with me since. Just to orient you in time, I graduated from high school in Denver a month after the Columbine shootings, and the September 11th attacks took place while I was a junior here, and the Iraq War started right after I graduated. The iPhone was invented when I was in graduate school. So not quite what you've been through, but it was not without turmoil when I was at Colorado State. And it didn't quite feel stable either. It may shock you to hear that I, as an honor student, was a little bit nerdy, a little bit shy, and a little bit socially awkward. And I grew a lot in the years I went to school here, and the honors program was a huge part of that. My years as a peer mentor were the first times that I was in charge of a classroom, and I think senior seminar probably changed my whole life path. And one of the women I spent a lot of time in the Honor Student Association with has been married to my brother for the last 17 years and is raising, hopefully, the next generation of honors graduates. But when I really think about what the honors program did for my college experience, I think there were 2 things that sort of occurred to me. And I think the first thing that popped out was how much the honors program taught me to be curious. The multidisciplinary nature of the honors program and the seminars really encourage us not just to know one field really well, but to know something about a lot of fields. So I understood very well the differential splicing of troponin isoforms in lobster muscle. But at the same time, I learned philosophy and Spanish and science writing and many other things that have served me well in the years since. Appreciating the breadth and depth of human knowledge has made me a better and hopefully more interesting person. Dr. Bernie Rolland, who I think is retired, used to teach Intro to Philosophy for the honor students, and he would assign us to read this essay by David Hume, which comes late in the semester where you've been reading like a lot of Plato and things. And there's this place where Hume is talking about the nature of consciousness, but then in the middle of the essay, he takes a break to say, well, I can hear them like drinking wine and having a party in the room next door, and I should probably give up on this contemplating consciousness and go have a drink. It's not an exaggeration to say I think about that all the time. Anytime I'm perseverating on something, I'm like, all right, well, David Hume told me to take a break, so. I would say that during the senior seminar which I took, which was Drs. Mogan and Callanan, which I think is the construction of the self in the humanities and sciences. And during the course of that semester, I realized that I actually was not ready for graduate school. That writing about that and thinking through the multidisciplinary nature of it, I was not really ready to enter what I at the time thought was my path, which was sort of molecular biology. So I put that off for a while, and eventually found myself in a career in genetic counseling that is both part medicine and genetics, the things that I was really immersed in here, but also part social work and part communications and part teaching and all of the other things that the program and the faculty taught me to engage with, so that I found a career that felt rounded and multidisciplinary in and of itself. And it led me to see a way to construct my own life path in both science and humanity. And also just to know a lot of interesting things. I always joke with my students that I'm really qualified to talk about 4 things, one of which is cancer genetics, which is what I do for love and money. And the other things I just do for love, running, knitting, and meditation, all of those are things that I have taught in the last decade, none of which have anything to do with biology, except for that first one. I will also say I have been knitting for 20 years. I learned to knit from another honor student in my floor at Newsom Hall, where we used to live. We're not there anymore, right? Okay. And I've been knitting my way around the world for the last 20 years. So one thing, be curious, right? The second thing that I think about, it was just sort of less a classroom thing and more just sort of an idea that I absorbed from the staff and faculty, is just to kind of lead with your heart. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, you got to follow your heart and follow your dreams or whatever, but more like listen to what your heart says is right and then do that. When I was a student, the assistant director was a woman named Alexis Conda Olmsted, and the program administrator, and the program administrator was a woman named Louise Breyer. Anybody remember Louise and Alexis? They were 2 of the kindest people that I can remember from college. They were mentors that met me with kindness every day when I needed it a lot. And they both had a way of helping me see the bigger picture of my life and my path. Louise was a person who had just a whole bunch of kids, all of which were adopted, and one of which was one of my classmates. And she was involved in all sorts of stuff. And when I learned to knit, she just decided that I should start making baby hats to help save the lives of newborns in strange countries. I have no idea where those hats are now, but one year for Christmas, we just decorated the whole honors program office in baby hats that I had knit. And then she packed them off to the other side of the world. And the day I decided that graduate school was not my next path, the place I went was Alexis's office. And Alexis and Louise both met that decision with like the most enthusiasm I've ever of anybody in my life, because my next move was going to be to join the Peace Corps, and there were not a lot of people who were excited about that in my life. But Alexis and Louise both were delighted that I had figured that out. And Alexis in particular was like, well, I've been trying to figure out how to tell you this. but I was hoping you would get there on your own, and I wouldn't have to. So they both had a way of telling me that I needed a path that would help me learn to build a better world, that knowledge and curiosity is only half of our lives, right? At some point, you also have to use that to build a life of purpose and meaning and service. I can't say how grateful I am for having been surrounded by people that helped me to see that as I stepped into my early adulthood. I have tried to use that spirit to meet my patients, my students, and my colleagues with the same spirit. Sometimes I fail. The last thing I want to say. So, audience participation. Students, who's got a job you're really excited about that you're starting? All right, congratulations. Yes. Who's got graduate school or professional school or something that you're excited about next? All right, congratulations. Who doesn't know what you're doing next? Yeah. You are my people. When I polled my friends on Facebook, because I'm 40, that's what I'm on, what they would have wanted to hear at this age, the main theme that emerged was just to remind people that you don't have to have it all figured out right now. I absolutely was sitting here 19 years ago, not sure what was going to happen to me. I cannot promise you that your life will work out, but I will tell you that mine did. So. The other thing that stressed me out about this day, 19 years ago, is that I had been listening to people tell me for years that college was going to be the best 4 years of your life. And I was like, is this the end of this? Like, is it all downhill from here? It's a lie. Even if you're not spending your 4 years of college in a pandemic and a coup and every other thing that's happened in the last couple of years, so many cool things are going to happen to you. Since I've graduated, I've lived in 4 states and 2 countries. I've got a graduate degree from Johns Hopkins. I've helped thousands of patients. I've taught hundreds of students. I've published articles and given talks. Driven a dog sled in Minnesota. I've wandered through Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. I've canoed to the headwaters of the Amazon. I've stuck my feet in the ocean of 5 different continents. I've had 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 0 children. I get to wake up every day knowing that I have a life full of adventure and purpose, and that I'm unspeakably lucky to have that. You will also have this. This is really only the beginning. Congratulations to you. You have achieved a remarkable thing to stay the course and finish this program in the middle of all of this, right? The whole thing. Congratulations to your people. You have shepherded through this, and to your faculty and staff who have supported you along the way. Now that I am a faculty member, I know the love that we have for our students. You don't always see it, but it's there. Enjoy this moment, enjoy this weekend, go out from here, be curious, do good work in the world, make good choices.
I'm very proud of her. So I do want to acknowledge and thank Mindy for speaking to us today. And in recognition of that, I would like to give you this plaque naming you as our guest speaker for the seminar this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, we're also privileged to have one of our graduates speak to you today. Thane Dykeson is graduating with a degree in fish, wildlife, and conservation biology with minors in Spanish and global environmental sustainability. She served as an honors ambassador for 3 years and as a presidential Ambassador with the Office of University Advancement. Thaney is an Anschutz Scholar and has also been awarded the Critical Language Scholarship, the Gilman Scholarship, and the Jack and Retha Grebe Memorial Scholarship. Thaney didn't have to go far to come to college. She was born and raised in Fort Collins and will be moving to Spain after the first of the year, to Cordoba, to work as an au pair, and then plans to pursue fieldwork in marine biology as she applies to PhD programs in ecological modeling and coral reef restoration and conservation. Please welcome Thaney to the podium.
Hello to my fellow graduates and our support systems, the friends, family, and faculty gathered here today. And they are so proud of our incredible accomplishments. When we remember something, we think about the sounds, the smells, and the sights that stuck with us. The first sound I associate with the honors program at CSU is the laughter coming from the office just outside of Fireside, as Diane Burton once again managed to turn fear and stress into happiness and relief. The smells of honors are slightly less wholesome to me, but if I really think about it, it's only because it's the smell of burning cookie dough, as yet another engineer managed to ruin an entire batch of cookies in the first floor kitchen. The sights of honors were the faces of my peers, as I wandered around a campus of over 30,000 and was still able to recognize the faces of fellow honors students, who I knew were going to put their futures, their grades, and their personal development first. We have all grown so much during our time at CSU. For most of us, the honors program played a large role in that. For some of us, we went from struggling through 10-page papers and seminars to publishing our senior theses. For many, it was a transition from learning material in a large class to actually engaging with material through an honors section. For others, it was gradually overcoming the fear of public speaking by repeated opportunities to give speeches to small groups of students and an engaged professor. I know my growth in the area of public speaking took a slightly different route. I was abruptly humbled in my very first honors seminar, just a few weeks into the beginning of college. I strutted up to the front of the classroom, note cards in hand, my masterpiece fitting the time requirements down to the second. After the applause had faded from my classmates, I turned to my professor for feedback, and I was expecting nothing but positivity, as had been the case so often in high school. My honors professor looked me in the eyes and said, "Thaney, your speech was like those subpar cakes in the back of Safeway. The cake itself is pretty good, but there's so much frosting on top of it that no one really enjoys it. Your speech was that cake. It had way too many words. You spoke so fast. The frosting was way too thick, and it ruined it." I stood there in absolute shock, trying not to make eye contact with any of my peers. I quickly hid my double-sided note cards with size 3.5 font and no line spacing from view. That professor is still one of my favorite professors to this day, and is one of the testaments to the honors program at CSU. It's full of amazing faculty who are even better people. They're dedicated to pushing students to grow. That professor taught me how to take criticism and how to respond to it, an invaluable skill to gain within your first few weeks as a student, and something I might never have acquired without a small honors seminar focused on public speaking and critical thinking from day one. I still think about those cakes every time I sit down to write a speech, and I hope my talk today is a little more palatable, Dr. Hollingsworth. She continued on to give me amazing international opportunities outside of CSU, experiences I never would have gotten without that honors seminar. As weird as it might sound, I'm going to miss those seminars, almost as much as I'm going to miss this place. I've watched the sunset over Horsetooth since I began watching sunsets, the outline of that distinct mountain more ingrained in my mind than the creases on my own hands. Fort Collins has always been my home, and the honors program has made it feel that much more like one. I know the honors faculty and directors are incredibly proud of us, and they'll watch in admiration as we go make the world a better place with the knowledge and experiences we have gained here. The rest of this speech could be fluffy and sunshiny, or it could be real, and I'm opting for the latter because the harsh truth is something we have all gotten pretty good at accepting recently. If I had to pick a word off the top of my head that appeared most in the headlines and press releases of the last 2 years, it would be unprecedented. The list of unprecedented events could fill books, but I'll focus on just a few. For BIPOC students, it's been an unprecedented season of vocality, struggle, and pain, a season that is not over, but that walking through deserves nothing short of praise and respect. For women's rights, it's been an unprecedented season, as critical legislation is debated and basic human rights are ignored, another season that has not seen closure. The pandemic is not over either, something we had all really hoped would be more of a season and less of a permanent reality. School during this season has been unprecedented. Mental health struggles, personal loss, financial troubles, and so much more. It has all truly been new and scary. Think about all that you have overcome, and don't sell yourself short for a second because your story doesn't seem as difficult or apparent as that of the person sitting next to you. The nature of what you have endured as a student since March of 2020 is unprecedented and admirable. The skills, whether they were academic or personal, that you were forced to acquire during this pandemic deserve a resume of their own, and I want you all to remember that as we sit here, back at an in-person ceremony for the first time in almost 2 years. The actual definition of the word unprecedented is something that has never been done or known before. It truly has no negative connotation, but this word's use over the past 2 years would lend it one. The unknown is strongly associated with fear for us as humans. Some seek it out, but most fear it. At the end of the day, we not only avoid what is unknown, but that which we fear. We are scared of fear. My favorite TED Talk discusses why fear is a tool, an evolutionary advantage that prepares our bodies and our minds to run from a predator, tackle a challenge, or protect ourselves. Sweating palms, an elevated heart rate, speed thinking, these are all physically advantageous things for a dangerous situation that might require quick movement and problem solving. So I would challenge us to take these obstacles we have overcome in these unprecedented times and further pursue the unknown and that which scares us. I want to leave you with one final thought on this graduation day, the day you may walk out of the LSC for the very last time. The idea is this: what a powerful gift it is to be a species so intimately aware of our own prosperity and our own demise. You can interpret that way as as a way to be brave in a situation that makes you fearful as you venture into the unknown. You can interpret it as a jab at the climate crisis, as we have just finally begun attempts to fix our mistakes for the earth and our own survival. But at the end of the day, I want us to remember that we are keenly aware of our own prosperity on a deeper level than acquiring food and reproducing, as many species are. Additionally, we as humans have the unique ability to manufacture a scenario in the future in our minds. We can hypothesize, unlike most other species, and this sets us apart. We can make choices, and then we can think about what the impact of those choices might be. So whether this makes you think about the survival of our species as a whole, the ways to cure cancer in the future, or how many hours you're going to spend watching Rick and Morty instead of finding Christmas presents, do not waste that gift, that awareness. Find a place where you thrive and bask in the awareness of it all. Go and live an unprecedented life, and know that your honors family is cheering you on with every bold and unprecedented step. Thank you.
What's great is all our students are just like Thani. You know, she is not unique. I always tell our students that our students, all our students are special. So we're just telling them what you've already told them as they've grown up. They are indeed very special people. Thank you, Thani. Now I would like to invite Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs, to the podium.
Good morning. It's a distinct pleasure and an honor to be here representing the Provost Office, the administrative oversight home for the institution. It's also a privilege to be with these distinguished soon-to-be graduates of Colorado State University. Thank you. On behalf of President Joyce McConnell and Provost Mary Pedersen, thank you all for being here at, as Don has noted, the first in-person ceremony we've been privileged to have for almost 2 years. I'm a professional historian with a tenure home in the history department here at Colorado State. So I thought it would be good to give you a little bit of historical context about the program in which this most recent group of students have thrived so significantly. The University Honors Program began on this campus in 1957, headed up by Professor Willard O. Eddy. A building on this campus now bears his name, the Eddy Hall. At the time he developed this notion of interdisciplinary discussion-based seminars, he was able to recruit 15 highly motivated students to the program. Today, the University Honors Program hosts 1,800 students. That's significant growth. Professor Eddy was the sole educator working with those 15 students. We now have 48 distinguished faculty members leading the seminars for the University Honors Program across 111 distinct seminar opportunities for these students. When the program began, 7 women were enrolled in the honors program. Today, 70% of the 1,800 University Honors participants are women. Students in the program who complete with a GPA of 3.5 receive on their transcripts and diplomas the designation University Honors Scholars. All of our students have been honors scholars and participants and have made significant accomplishment during the times that Mindy and Thane have pointed out to us and that we've all also experienced. Students engage in processes of discovery and creativity under the mentorship of exceptional faculty as they complete an individual and unique honors thesis above and beyond their standard coursework. That's noteworthy, and I'd like to take a moment to recognize that and applaud these young graduates. I was going to roll out a whole lot more data and information about this set of graduates, but rather than having you listen to me through all of that, I would like to invite to the podium the Assistant Director of the Honors Program, Ms. Emily Morgan, who is going to share with you some of the features of these individual students.
Thank you, Kelly. All right, I'm going to throw some more numbers out at you. But these are really impressive numbers. So although the 90 honors graduates comprise only 6% of CSU's fall 2021 graduating class, our students have earned 23% of the university's Latin Distinction Awards. These honors students earned 12 of the university's 34 summa cum laude distinctions, which are only awarded to the top 1% of graduating seniors. That's impressive. We also have with us today 16 students earning the magna cum laude Latin distinction and 17 earning cum laude distinction. We have 11 double majors, 34 students who have completed at least one minor, and an average cumulative GPA of 3.79 for fall 2021 honors graduates. That is impressive. And that's just the academic part. Our graduating seniors have served as honors peer mentors, resident assistants, admissions ambassadors, RAM orientation leaders, honors ambassadors, learning assistants, and student leaders on campus during their years at CSU. And they participate in study abroad opportunities at 7 times the rate of other students at CSU. Again, impressive. In leaving CSU in the honors program, we know you are moving on to great opportunities in professional and graduate programs, or exciting first jobs, or just exciting adventures because you don't know what has been written yet. Kelly?
In just a few minutes, I'll have the honor of conferring the distinction of University's Honor Scholar on this group of fine students. I want to share a few personal words with you, if I may, first. We are here to publicly recognize the amazing accomplishments and the significant additional work each one of you has undertaken and invested yourself in to make this educational journey as rich and exemplary as possible. We recognize additional coursework with high levels of challenge, individually guided research projects leading to honors theses, and engagement opportunities that you have undertaken to enrich your learning and distinguish yourselves and contribute to the betterment of others and this institution. Thank you for your efforts. At this waypoint in your journey, I would like you to remind yourselves that you have arrived through collaboration with others, and you will continue to thrive as you collaborate and cooperate in this world. You have practiced gratitude, and gratitude will serve you well as you go into the future. And if I may, I'd like you to take just a minute now to express that gratitude to those who are gathered here to support you, your family, your friends, your relatives. Please thank them. And as Mindy and Thane both pointed out, curiosity can serve you well. Maintain it. You are on a journey as lifelong learners. You're at a marking point, not an end point. As you go forward in the world, be the best you can be. I wish you the very best in each of your futures. And now, as the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs representing the Provost Office at Colorado State University, I ask you to rise. Students, it is my distinct honor to confer upon you the distinction and designation of University Honors Scholars, Fall 2021. Congratulations. Thank you, and please be seated. Don?
Thank you, Kelly. Now, the moment we have been waiting for, the awarding of the Honors Medallion. Emily Morgan will announce the name and major of the graduates as they approach the stage. The program lists the academic distinctions, thesis title, and the faculty advisor of each student. And students will wear the honors green regalia, honors stole, and the honors medallion at the college commencements this weekend. As I tell our students, you get lots of bling. They'll be easy to spot in the graduates at the commencements. So we're going to get a little organized here. Emily's going to come back to the podium and provide some instructions to the students while we get set up to give the medallions. So give us a couple of minutes here. We'll get all set up. Emily?
All right, so students will line up to my left, just like that. That's fantastic. And you'll enter the platform as I call your name. Dr. Michaels will place the medallion around your neck. Okay? You will be congratulated by Dr. Long and Ms. Simonson, and then descend to the platform, okay, where you can be congratulated by honors faculty and your thesis advisors. And then you're gonna wrap yourselves around the back and then come around the back to your seats, okay? All right. All right, so it is my pleasure to announce the Fall 2021 honors graduates. Maisie Anders, political science major and international development minor. Elena Arcuroli, biochemistry major with health and medical sciences concentration and chemistry minor. Malia Ayers, biological science major with biological science concentration. Natalie Burke, mathematics major with general mathematics concentration. Katie Calson, mechanical engineering major. Annie Campaign, nutrition and food science major with dietetics and nutrition management concentration. Emily Canadula, human development and family studies major with pre-health professions concentration. Cameron Catanese, business administration major with accounting concentration. Sonali Choksi, ecosystem science and sustainability major with geospatial information science for natural resources minor. Bethany Kaminsky, zoology major. Joanna Cromarty, animal science major. Faith Cunningham, biological science major with biological science concentration. Sarah DeLacy, zoology major. Grace Detweiler, English major with literature concentration and criminology criminal justice minor. Audrey Doran, computer science major with networks and security concentration and mathematics minor. Marina Doty, psychology major with general psychology concentration and Spanish minor. Bethany Dixon, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology major with conservation biology concentration and Spanish and global environmental sustainability minors. Melanie Ford, neuroscience major with behavioral and cognitive neuroscience. Taylor Garner, biomedical sciences major. Lillian Gary, sociology major with criminology and criminal justice concentration and legal studies minor. Emily Gershik, political science major and global environmental sustainability and environmental sustainability minors. Anna Gongaware, microbiology major and Spanish minor. Audrey Grushinsky, biomedical sciences major. Hunter St. Clair Haskins, business administration major with organization and innovation management concentration. Ashley Herrera, human development and family studies major with prevention and intervention science concentration. Jenna Holtz, health and exercise science major with sports medicine concentration. Anna Horvath, biological science major with biological science concentration and business administration and chemistry minors. Caitlin Husofsky, international studies major with Asian studies concentration and political science, Chinese, and business administration minors. Emily Jenkins, ecosystem science and sustainability major. Dorcas Jasong Garong, biomedical sciences major. Faith Kelly, ecosystem science and sustainability major and role of sustainability in peace and reconciliation. Spencer Kuhn, statistics major with general statistics concentration, biological science major with biological science concentration, and mathematical biology and mathematics minors. Boston Lee, statistics major and philosophy major with general philosophy concentration. Megan Lems, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology with wildlife biology concentration. Kristen Long, biomedical sciences major and health and exercise science major with sports medicine concentration. Alyssa Lovelace, health and exercise science major with sports medicine concentration and biomedical sciences minor. Brady Magrin, forest and rangeland stewardship major with rangeland conservation and management concentration. Nicole Mayhow, biochemistry major with general biochemistry concentration and chemistry minor. Adelie Manning, human development and family studies major with pre-health professions concentration. Stacia Lee McKinney, microbiology major. Samuel Nolito, political science major with global politics and policy concentration and history major with general history concentration. Brandon Pies, psychology major with clinical counseling psychology concentration. Brenna Pavey, international studies major with European studies concentration, languages, literatures, and cultures major with French concentration, and political science minor. Benjamin Randall, journalism and media communication major and leadership studies minor. Samantha Randall, biochemistry major with health and medical sciences concentration and Spanish minor. Molly Ranger, Family and Consumer Sciences major with Family and Consumer Sciences concentration.
Holly is here now.
Holly is here, okay. Adam Rain, Geography major. Logan Rowley, Fish, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology and Wildlife Biology and Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences concentration. Joshua Rudd, Business Administration major with Supply Chain Management concentration and Economics major. Holly Ryan, Political Science major with Global Politics and Policy concentration and Communication Studies major and Legal Studies minor. Ryan Schmidt, Economics major and Legal Studies minor. Isaac Sloan, Business Administration major with Marketing concentration. Sierra Sky Snyder, Psychology major and Clinical Counseling Psychology concentration. Abby Saraparu, Biomedical Sciences major. Emma Sudbeck, Zoology major. Madeline Sykes, Microbiology major. Annalise Tierney, Equine Science major and Biomedical Sciences minor. Sinclair Vandervoort, Human Development and Family Studies major with Leadership and Entrepreneurial Profession concentration and Youth Mentoring with Campus Connection certificate. Jack Whalen, Biomedical Engineering major. Amber Wilson, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology major with General Biochemistry concentration and Biomedical Sciences major with Microbiology and Infectious Disease concentration and Chemistry and Molecular Biology minors. Eleanor Wright, Business Administration major with Marketing concentration. Kirsten Yinger, Biological Science major with Biological Science concentration. Preston Young, Business Administration major with Accounting concentration. That's it.
Congratulations, graduates, on your outstanding accomplishments. You have shown great resolve and resilience in pursuit of your education. Your future prospects are boundless, and we wish you success as you face the challenges ahead. Although the challenges are formidable, I want to also remind you that the years ahead offer unparalleled opportunities for creating a just and sustainable future. It is our hope that the honors program has helped you become better people, and that it has equipped you with the skills for a productive, meaningful, and happy life. In closing, there are several people I want to acknowledge who've contributed to the honors program in many ways. I wish to thank the honors program staff for organizing the ceremony: Emily Morgan, Melanie Nichols, Siobhan Costin, Lori Williams, and Kimberly Ross. And once again, I thank Mindy Simonson and Thane Dykeson for speaking today. So one more thing, and I'm going to make this more formal. So graduates, I want you to stand right now, turn to your families and friends, and I want you to acknowledge the support of your family and friends through your journey and education, culminating in this point of time. This is not the end, but a new beginning for you all. So please, thank your family and friends for their support. Thank you. You can be seated. Our ceremony is concluded. Please join us for refreshments, which are located in the back of the hall. And we want you, I'm sure you will, enjoy this very special weekend with your family and friends. Good day.